Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. My name's Nikki and here I am back at it again with another video. If you couldn't tell from the title of the video, this is part 2 to last week's video, which was kind of my review of my 2020 resolutions that I made back in January. But I did like a mid-year review kind of like of where I was with them and like how well I've done slash what I haven't even touched on. And this week's video is going to be me kind of repurposing them to fit the actual current climate of 2020 because it is tremendously different than it was back in January when I originally made these. And so if that sounds like something you guys are interested in watching, don't forget to subscribe below, and why don't we get started with the video. So the way that I did it last week is I just kind of like went straight into it, so that's what I'm gonna do again. First up, my resolution that I had last week that was read 20 books, I've actually repurposed that to be podcast, books, and self-education, which I think is perfect because right now everyone, like I said last week when it was the year of, you know, how Kylie Jenner said, it's the year of realizing things.
Realizing stuff, and everyone around me were all just like realizing things.
I think that 2020 was actually the year of realizing things. So, yeah, so I want to, you know, educate myself as best as possible and constantly be learning more rather than just like taking in so much information every day that's not relevant. So I'm going to give you guys the podcast that I listen to. This one's really exciting too because I've been able to speak on 2 podcasts over the last month with 2 of my friends. One of them is called Lost in the 20s, and my friend Heidi runs it with her sister Lizzie. And then on my other one, it was with my friend Alma, who has her own podcast too called The Bonnet Talks. Let's see, What We Said podcast, and that is with Chelsea Jade Curtis and Jason Marie Smith, and they're just like the most positive girls ever. And they always are like pushing their listeners and their viewers to just be like positive and enjoy their lives and kind of make the life that you want no matter what's like in your way. Another one that I love, this one's not educational at all, is Call Her Daddy. And if you've never heard of it before, you don't have to listen to it. It's just one of my funny ones that I like to listen to because it brings me just a lot of humor, but I don't condone necessarily listening to it if you know, are of the younger age or whatever like that, because it's interesting. Next up, I love Emma Chamberlain's podcast Anything Goes, but the one that I've been listening to literally nonstop is The Girls Bathroom, and this one is from Sophia and Cinzia. They are UK girlies and they have like the best Instagram accounts. They're so funny and positive, and I just like love listening to them talk. And then I also love the Influencer podcast and Skinny Confidential. So those are like the main ones I listen to right now, but I obviously like sprinkle in some crime stuff and whatever here and there. Number 2, my social media goals. So let's see. So basically last time on my last video, I talked about how I didn't really have specific goals for like my social media going into 2020, but I do now because I've actually been seeing like some actual growth recently, which is so amazing. YouTube, I just hit 500 subscribers yesterday, which is crazy. I made 500 subscribers in 6 months, and I know like I want to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. So to put it on the side here, Instagram 10K, TikTok 75K, and YouTube 1K. Those are my goals, numerical goals. I'm manifesting them now. So, okay, number 3. Continue updating goals, Pinterest boards, and monthly plans. This is pretty self-explanatory. I did this in my last one. I'm constantly updating. The problem is that I kind of fell out with Pinterest, so I need to keep up with that again and constantly like updating my goals with that. Okay, number 4, I didn't have my license, so I added this one again, is to get my license. I want to have my license by my birthday. My birthday is in like a month and a half, so I want to have my license by the time I'm 24. That's my goal, so let's put that into existence. I'm gonna do that. Number 5, cleanse my Instagram followers. This one I put on my last one, but also again, like, I really need to do this. So basically you need to cleanse your Instagram followers, because if there's like a bunch of fake people and people that like aren't actually interested in you and interested in engaging in you and your content, they're clogging up your feed, or they're clogging up your followers, because Instagram pushes your content to a certain amount of followers, a certain group of people that follow you first, and if it doesn't do well, it doesn't get pushed further. And so if the people that it's pushing it out to aren't going to engage with you anyway, it's actually hindering you and stopping your real growth. Okay. Continue making friends and appreciating those relationships. So this year, like, my goal was to make friends, and I did it so far in like the realm of the like social media, but I've tried to foster like actual relationships that I actually like, and I have to do a better job at that with the rest of this year. That's my goal. Keep on making new content creator friends that like kind of I can bounce ideas off of, and we have similarities, and like, because that's hard sometimes, is finding people that enjoy the same thing as you do. Okay, number 7, pay off my second credit card. I'm getting so close. I'm gonna pay off my second credit card before the end of this year. I just made another payment on it, and I'm really excited about that. 8, work out weekly 2 to 4 times. I'm one of the worst when it comes to working out, because I genuinely do enjoy how I feel after I work out and everything, but getting myself in the mindset of like actively working out is so difficult for me. And so like I'll keep it up for like 3 weeks, but then like after that, like I can't keep the routine up. And so I want to try so hard, because I know that it's just better for my body in the future. Like right now, I like the way I look, I love it, I'm happy. After a while, like stuff's gonna start catching up to me, and I just want to be like the healthiest self that I can be for as long as possible. Number 9, growing my religion and spirituality. Like I wanted to actively think about my religion and my spirituality, whereas I was like kind of put into it in the mindset because of other people. So I want to actively pursue that again, and like just pick up devotions and scriptures and things like that, because I think that it's fulfilling to me to have like a purpose with what I'm doing. Okay, number 10, continue sacrificing short-term discomfort for long-term success. All right, so that one came from last week. I've had this all year. Like this has been like kind of my life motto for the last couple years, to be honest, because I've had so many situations where I've had to be put on pause because I know something better is coming, or I already have the plan for it. I just have to wait. It's real, you guys. Coronavirus is real, and unfortunately with that, our lives have been put on hold. I just have to keep in my mind that like right now your short-term pain and stress and suffering and sadness will be rewarded in the future, as long as you put in the work towards it, and as long as you try your best to be absolutely as positive as possible. Number 11, start the process to officially move to the UK. That is my next step in life. I graduated uni last year, moved to England in around this time last year actually, and then moved in, and me and my boyfriend decided that we want to pursue like our lives together in England. But yeah, that's definitely something I'm looking forward to, is that. So we've already like talked about things like where we want to live and like what that means for us moving forward, and it's really exciting, and it's kind of what keeps me going. It makes me really happy because it's like finally something that's like positive, and all this negative, I know that that's like what I'm working towards. Okay, number 12, purchase an iPad. Yeah, I really want an iPad because all my editing stuff, like if you haven't checked out my Instagram yet, you can check it out, and I'll link it down below in my bio, or I can link it down below, because it's super creative and everything, but it's very time consuming and very tedious work. And so doing it all on my tiny is relative, but doing it all on my like phone can get really bothersome sometimes. So it'd be really cool to have a stylus and to be able to make more things on a bigger surface, because my computer is difficult because like it's still like the touchpad, not a stylus. So yeah. Number 13, begin paying off my student loans. Yeah, so like I said, I graduated last May, which means that my student loans are coming up, and they're coming right around the corner, and it's something I have been like putting off, but not really. It's been actively in the back of my mind that I have to start paying them. And number 14, start saving and budgeting. So now that I'm working a lot more, which is so cool, and that I'm getting these opportunities with like my content creation, editing for people, my actual job, finally conceptualize budgeting and saving and everything like that. And so I'm looking forward to that because, again, another step like towards my future and towards adulthood that gives me like more responsibility and independence. Number 15, get rid of clothing I do not need, selling, donating, minimizing. There's so many brands, like problematic brands, that I want to get rid of, like, you know, there's a lot of them. I want to make my style very pastel, neutral toned. I started getting rid of some stuff, and I'm currently selling stuff on, I guess I can let you guys know that if that's something you guys are interested in. I'm currently selling stuff on Curtsy, which is a buying and selling app that I used to work with before in college, but I'm working with them again now that I'm out of college, which is cool. I'm gonna link it down below. I'm selling whatever I have here. Number 16, start replacing my makeup and keeping up with skincare. Yeah, so this is something that was on my last one, and I haven't really done that. I do need to replace my makeup, so I want to just like put my money towards more Black-owned businesses, especially for hair care and makeup and stuff like that, because I want to like support companies that have people that look like me behind the mastermind of the entire operation. So yeah, that's my goal. My skincare has been really great this year overall. I have been fortunate enough to work with a lot of skincare brands, so I can kind of figure out what works best on my skin and everything. 17, start a podcast with Sydney, like I talked about before. We've literally been talking about it for the last like 2 weeks, and I'm hoping that we like can sort that out soon, because that'd be so cool. We have already started bouncing ideas off of each other, and we need like a name and all of that, so that's definitely something that's super exciting. Keep your eyes peeled and stay tuned for that. Okay, I was on number 18. Work on loving myself and being proud of my achievements. This is literally so imposter syndrome, because so many people feel this way and don't know why. Imposter syndrome is basically not understanding that you, or not believing that you deserve to occupy the space that you're currently in. And that can be in your job, in your education, like where you go to school, where you're currently living, anything like that. And I am someone that definitely struggles with this, because I always don't really take in the fact that I'm achieving a lot of things, and I rather just kind of say like, oh, like I don't belong here. But another thing about imposter syndrome that I forgot to mention is that you also feel that someone could expose you at any moment. So you're constantly living in fear that like you don't belong where you're supposed to be, but also that someone's going to call you out for it. We all are amazing at what we do, and we just have to remember that we belong here, and that especially being like, if you're a woman or you're a person of color, a Black person of color especially, you constantly feel like you don't belong in the spaces you are in, because there's no one that looks like you. You're surrounded by so many white faces in a place where you're the only dark one. And that brings me into number 19, handle my anxiety and depressive spirals more efficiently and safely, because like I said before, like all of this stuff has just been weighing on me a lot, and like when someone calls out your character or calls out like your ideology or anything like that, it really weighs on your heart, and that's something I have to get better at. I'm learning, and this is all like a big game of learning. Like imposter syndrome and anxiety and stress like all go so hand in hand. To feel like you don't belong somewhere, or that like you're not smart enough or something, or you don't fit in, is so stressful. Like it's so stressful, and so those are like things that go together, and I'm working on constantly to just like better myself in, and I'm lucky and fortunate to have the support to do. Number 20, put everything into my relationship and plan my future with Kyle. So yeah, that's number 20, and that's the final one. My whole goal with all of this here and like moving forward is to just make sure my relationship is always number one. So I'm excited to like start cataloging it, because we both have YouTube channels, and we can't wait to like start, you know, just filming our lives and having it forever, even if we don't post it, but just having it, because we love having memories. All of our relationships starting from the beginning has like been cataloged in memories from videos and pictures, and we're just so blessed and happy that we can go back and laugh and love and just look at the good times. So I'm excited to start this next part of our lives together, now that we're not just like kids anymore in college, and you know, we're turning into real adults, and we want to have like jobs, and we both already have jobs, but we want to like, you know, start it together. So thank you guys so much for, you know, coming this far. If you made it this far, put some flowers down below, and like put a flower emoji down below, because it's all about new beginnings and growth just scream flowers. And guys, thank you so much for 500 subscribers. I would not be here without you guys. I touched on it earlier, but I didn't say thank you. properly, so thank you. I'm so excited to have you there. Don't forget to follow me on my other socials. They're going to be linked below, all down in the bio below. If you have any questions or anything, don't forget to leave a note below for what you want to know, and don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever it is all the other YouTubers say, because I'm still not one of those yet, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.